We're getting Alexander Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez too.
It is in talks that Alexander Volkanovski is going to defend his title against Yair Rodriguez again. If it hasn't been more clear that John Jones does not want to fight Tom Aspinall, the UFC is still pushing for this fight, even after now John has told one of his friends that he is done fighting. This is a disgrace. It's a disgrace, and everybody needs to start calling it out now. We've got to push back so hard on this shit. So afraid to put it on, son.
We are tired of the games. We're tired of the tomfoolery, undeserved title shots. We're tired of the stalling of divisions. We did not sign up for this as UFC fans. This is not a drill. This is not a shtick. This is reality. We live in a universe where Volkanovski versus Rodriguez 2 is a reality. And in case you don't know, Volkanovski just whooped this guy's behind 2 featherweight fights ago. Before the Ilya fight, he whooped up on Yair. Yair just got beat by Brian Ortega, who's falling off horrendously right now. If the UFC gives Rodriguez the title shot against Volkanovski, it would be one of the most egregious title shots we've ever seen in the UFC history, especially when we have a contender like Movsar Evloev, who is more than worthy of a title shot. Just look at Evloev's last couple wins. Dan Ige, Diego Lopez, Arnold Allen, and Aljamain Sterling, who is a former champ and an elite fighter. All of these guys are elite. Arnold Allen went 3-2 with Max Holloway. Diego Lopez almost finished Evloev. He just fought Volk and hurt him in multiple moments. Dan Ige took Diego Lopez to deep water. Dan Ige is always game. Great wrestling, a ton of knockout power. This is an insane lineup. Evloev is undefeated on a 19-fight win streak, and the UFC wants to give it to this guy, Yair Rodriguez, who's most a washed-up Bellator vet. Before that, a loss to Brian Ortega via submission. Before that, a loss to Volk. Before that, a win over a washed Josh Emmett. And before that, a fluke win over Ortega. Oh, and then before that, a loss to Max Holloway. And he had a no contest and a decision win over Jeremy Stevens, who has the most losses in UFC history. A loss to Frankie Edgar. We could go back and on and on and on. Yair Rodriguez is not deserving of a title in any reality, especially when he just fought for an interim and he fought for an undisputed, and he lost the undisputed shot. 2 fights removed from the undisputed title fight. It's not even like he's a former champion or a big name, and they're giving him a title shot because he got 1 win. He was on a 2-loss streak, one of them fighting for a title, and he gets 1 win, and he gets to fight for a title, a win over a Bellator guy, over Evloev, who hasn't lost a fight in the UFC yet. It's really interesting how that works. Not only does this fight do nothing for Volk's legacy, because he already whooped this guy once, and Yair Rodriguez isn't very highly bestowed in the MMA community, but there's also a chance that Yair Rodriguez could catch Volk and KO him, ending Volk's second reign by a fluke chance. It's very possible with Yair. Yair has a very elite kicks and striking that can catch anyone, especially a chinny Volk. Do I think he'd beat Volk? Absolutely not. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. We've seen before in the Leon Edwards-Kamaru Usman 2 fight. It is possible to get caught with a shot. And if Volk gets caught with a shot against Yair Rodriguez, who didn't even earn the shot in the first place, it will tremendously hurt his legacy. Rather than going against someone like Evloev, who, again, is a Russian monster, undefeated, wins over champions, wins over former title challengers, wins over elite contenders like Arnold Allen and Dan Ige, Nick Lentz even. This is a no question. Literally after the fight, we all knew Evloev versus Volk was next, and Lopez versus Rodriguez was next. You know, they were at the press conference. Coulon. I don't know what that means. That's just what they said. It's not in my native tongue. Who knows what it means? Hopefully it's not anything too bad. But anyways, those two literally have a beef. You can set that fight up easy. If Yair wins, fine, give him a title shot. But not when we have Movsar Evloev in the wings, undefeated, ready to fight for a title now. Not next. Now. We're not waiting, bro. I'm telling you, if the UFC makes this fight, we literally got to crash out. Like Lucas Tracy said, we have to crash out. I'm talking pitchforks and torches. March down to the UFC PI. Bust the win. Alright, maybe I shouldn't go that far. Peacefully protest. And get what we want. What we want is a deserved title fight. A title fight that does something for Volk. Yair Rodriguez is not that. Yair Rodriguez carries less weight than Diego Lopez win. No one takes Yair Rodriguez that seriously. Yes, he's an elite fighter, but come on. Are we really going to give him the opportunity to have the chance to fluke KO Volk? Why would we give him that platform when there's a good contender waiting in the wings who would boost Volk's legacy up tenfold? Obviously an exaggeration, but he's literally a mini Makachev. His striking's alright, his grappling's A1, and we just want to give it to old Rodriguez. Give the Mexican people what they want. Mexican people don't even want this. Mexican people want a real, legit fight, not this free Make-A-Wish gimme stuff. Like, and why are we doing it just for Mexico, bro? Like, who cares if the card's in Mexico? Put Rodriguez and Lopez, put that on the card. Make it the co-main, 5 rounds, whatever. But you don't have to make it the main event, or you don't have to force the title fight when it's not there. Give it to the rightful contender, or don't do it at all. Like, I'm not. If we give it to Lopez, it would be, excuse me. If we give it to Rodriguez, it would be an atrocity. And of course, UFC is probably gonna do it because they don't have any pushback. We're still gonna watch the pay-per-view like suckers because we're all Volk fans. Maybe Yair's friends and family are gonna watch for him, but everyone else is gonna be watching for Volk, hoping Volk absolutely demolishes this undeserving. Look, I like Yair, right? I'm sure we get along. We could probably be boys, but I'm not gonna advocate for something so corrupt and so unjust that could possibly destroy a top 5 GOAT's legacy. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to make sure the right person gets the right shot. And we should all be advocating for it, flooding the comments. Let the UFC know what we want. The UFC used to say they were better than boxing because they put on the fights the fans want. They put on the right fights. The top contender versus the top contender. Now they're just putting on whoever makes the most money. And Rodriguez doesn't even make the most money, bro. He's not even a star. They're just doing it so they can have that Mexican flag next to him when he's fighting in Guadalajara. And while Dana White's announcing all these other fights, we still have yet to know what's going on in the heavyweight division. Is Jones going to come back and fight? Is he going to vacate the belt? We don't know. We're just sitting here waiting and waiting for what seems like an eternity. The UFC needs to go up to Jon Jones. They say, hey, Jonathan, do you want to fight Tom Aspinall? If he says anything other than yes, you got to go up to him, grab the belt on his waist, and fucking rip it the fuck off. Because he doesn't deserve that shit anymore. And I'm a Jones fan, but I'm tired of this shit. Like, bro, just fight. We want to see a good fight. I want to see the super fight. But if you're not going to give it to us, just go kick rocks, brother. Because we got shit to do. We got to see big fights. We got to see the right fights. We got to see entertaining fights. We got to see this division keep moving. This god-awful division, which is heavyweight. Everyone in it is like 600 pounds, 50% body fat anyways. Joe Rogan said they should start letting them juice again. I totally agree. Heavyweight sucks. There's only a few good ones. Tom Aspinall being one of them, and you're absolutely disrespecting him by not giving him his shot for the undisputed title. You are killing his career. And fair play by Jones is a smart game plan. Even if he does plan to fight Tom, he's getting in his head. Is that the plan? I don't know. Does he want to get more money? Or is he just ducking? No one's ever going to know what is inside his head until Dana comes out and makes the announcement saying either they're going to fight or Tom Aspinall is the new undisputed champion. The undeserved title shots, the Dana White privilege, stalling of divisions. I'm just kind of tired of it, to be honest. And I think I might be more upset that Yair Rodriguez is getting a shot over the stalling of the heavyweight division. You know, after Aspinall beats Gane and he already beat Pavlovich Volkov. Literally after he beats Gane, there's no one. There's no one in heavyweight. Whereas for featherweight, there's plenty of guys that could be fighting for a title over Yair Rodriguez. So I think I'm a little more annoyed with featherweight because the heavyweight division's kind of dead. But this is the last good fight we can get in heavyweight for the next who knows how long. That was my rant. Thank you for watching if you're still here, and I'll see you soon.